State of New California, notice to all Californians, Chapter 2, Grievance 28, November 3rd, 2020. New California is a new state in development exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Sections 3 and 4 of the United States Constitution. Statement of intent. The citizens of New California have decided to remedy the abuse of power by the government of California by exercising their right to form a new state provided in the United States Constitution, Article 4, Sections 3 and Section 4. We are determined to live under the state government of the United States of America and under the Constitution of the United States. New California Declaration of Independence of January 15, 2018 states, whenever any form of government becomes destructive in its right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government. When a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power without legal authority and pursuing invariably the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Preamble of the New California State Constitution states, we, the representatives of the undersigned counties within the state of California, do acknowledge and humbly invoke the favor of Almighty God for continued civil and religious liberty to ourselves and our posterity. First Amendment of the United States Constitution states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution states, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. The counties of New California State brought forward 95 Chapter 1 grievances between January 2018 and November 2019. On April 28, 2020, New California State will issue 95 additional Chapter 2 grievances to be announced in public on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. State of New California, Grievance 28, Declaration of Grievance, Statement of Facts. The people of California are suffering from a tyrannical state government which fails to provide a Republican form of governance, enables and supports across its southern border the invasion of the United States of America by illegal foreign nationals, and protects vicious criminals who commit outrageous acts of violence upon the citizens of America, all caused by a government of and for a monoparty system led by a tyrannical dictator who openly defies federal law. California state government violates the following. United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. United States Constitution, Article 6. This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby, anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. First Amendment, United States Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. 14th Amendment, United States Constitution, Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Refer to sections 2, 3, 4, and 5. Order of the day, voter fraud. We, the people of the unified counties of New California, seek the removal of the California state governor. We are determined to stop the one-man rule of a pusillanimous, craven dictator whose words and actions are a grave danger to all U.S. citizens living in California. On October 21st, 2020, the governor was taken to court to end the tyranny being foisted upon the citizens of the United States living in California state. A decision was rendered by the court on November 2nd, 2020, just hours before the 2020 presidential election, even though the judge indicated there would be a judgment in a couple of days. Our trial against Governor Newsom has just concluded, and the judge said she will issue a ruling in very short order. That probably means by the end of the week, Assemblymember Kevin Kiley wrote after the October 21st, 2020 hearing. With no decision by the court on October 23rd, 2020, there was another delay, which translates into the tyranny of one-man rule continued. Given the behavior of the judge during the trial, this should not be a surprise. To most who witnessed the judge during the trial, she appeared to act more like a stooge rather than a judge who had an understanding of what was constitutional and what was not. So after 9 months of dictatorial rule, there was an additional delay provided by the Sutter County Superior Court judge, which enables voter fraud by allowing the implementation of Executive Order N-6420 passed the 2020 presidential election on November 3rd, 2020. Delay for the governor is good, but pure evil to the U.S. Constitution. The governor, who has remained in power by way of the Emergency Services Act, is still able to continue the distraction away from California's real problem, insolvency, an issue that will destroy California. But the delay also means what Newsom wanted all along, to influence the 2020 presidential election against President Trump. From the California Globe, California Assemblyman Kevin Kiley and James Gallagher sued to stop California Governor Gavin Newsom's one-man rule, as California Globe has reported over several months. They were in Sutter County Superior Court October 21st, arguing that Governor Gavin Newsom has exceeded his emergency powers in issuing executive orders having nothing to do with the coronavirus pandemic crisis. Monday, State Superior Court Judge Sarah Heckman tentatively ruled in favor of Gallagher, Yuba City, and Kiley, Rockland, in their abuse of power lawsuit against Governor Newsom. In the tentative ruling, Judge Heckman declared the governor's recent Executive Order N-6720 unconstitutional. More importantly, Judge Heckman's tentative ruling places a permanent injunction against the governor, which prevents him from unilaterally making or changing state law moving forward. Assemblyman Kiley wrote, "The judge ruled Newsom violated the Constitution. She also issued an injunction restraining the governor from issuing any more unconstitutional orders. Yet the court's November 2nd, 2020 decision does not impact any of the election protocols for the November 3rd, 2020 election from Executive Order N-6420. Whereas on May 8, 2020, I issued Executive Order N-6420, which provides that Californians registered to vote in November 3rd, 2020 general election shall receive vote-by-mail ballots. What this 12-day delayed ruling allows is the mail-in ballot scheme of Executive Order N-6420 can now work in harmony with vote harvesting, known in other states as ballot stuffing. It was illegal in California until the mono-party legislature made vote harvesting legal just in time for the 2018 election. So the corrupt California judicial system does its magic one more time and enables by its own ruling an unconstitutional executive order to knowingly influence the outcome of the 2020 presidential election through voter fraud. Working in harmony with ballot harvesting, vote by mail provides a massive wall of voter fraud that is set to derail the 2020 presidential elections in California. New Californians nor the President of the United States will be distracted. Today, the California governor's words and actions are a grave danger to all U.S. citizens living in California while the state continues to operate outside the authorities of the U.S. Constitution. For New Californians, it is our God-given right, it is our duty to protect our Declaration of Independence, our Constitution, and our Bill of Rights, with all means necessary from a craven dictator. New Californians will not comply. We request the President of the United States to act immediately to remedy these abuses by the California state and declare a state of insurrection exists in California. Insurrection. The government of California, the current socialist governor, dictator, and monoparty system, along with local officials, are following a coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in acts of insurrection against the U.S. Constitution. The Insurrection Act of 1807 and the Emergency Economic Powers Act are United States federal laws that govern the ability of the President of the United States to deploy military troops within the United States to put down lawlessness, insurrection, and rebellion. Acts of secession. The California government, in conjunction with the socialist state executive, instituted wherever the current socialist governor dictator has usurped power, has actively engaged in acts of secession and have created a reign of terror on United States citizens living in California with the intent to secede from the United States of America, to thus destroy the very union of states which secures our liberty and freedom. Abdication of authority. Betrayal by the sitting socialist governor dictator of California, the monoparty legislature, and local elected officials is evidence of abdication of their responsibilities of authority and sovereignty over the citizens of the United States living in California state. Prayer. The citizens of New California state pray for the President to exercise his authority under the Insurrection Act of 1807 or the Emergency Economic Powers Act to end the tyranny being foisted upon the United States citizens living in California state. This concludes these proceedings. NewCaliforniaState.com. Phone number 877-828-2753.